Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me as we go ahead and discuss our new Tentaroo facilities platform for Camp Loud Thunder. First, I just want to mention that I am on the login page for Tentaroo. You can see over here there's some information on finding other systems for different councils, and then if you have need information about your specific Tentaroo account, you can always reach out to the council office at 563-388-7233 or reservations at loudthunder.org, and we'd be happy to assist you. I am currently in a dummy account to set up a sample trip for us. You would want to make sure that you are logged in under your unit's Tentaroo account. That's usually a combination of some numbers for your troop or pack number, and then also with district information, usually a couple abbreviation letters for that. If you are logged into a personal or individual family account, you will not be able to access the facilities rental platform. So keep that in mind as you go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and click login. You can see here I kind of snuck in through the Council Pinewood Derby registration that's coming up. I'm going to go over here to the far left of these three bars. I'm going to click that, and it's going to take me down to the Facilities tab here on that selection list. Now you can see I am able to select either Camp Loud Thunder or the Service Center. A majority of you are going to be using this option for Camp Loud Thunder. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and then it's going to open up some information on Camp Loud Thunder. At present, you can see over here on the left we have facilities contact information, so if you wanted to reach out to the council, there's information on how to do that there. And then up here at the top, you can see the two big ones here. We have our check dates and making a new trip. So if I want to check to see if a facility is available, all I need to do is click the check dates button. Then I can go ahead and look for the place that I wanted to check. We have cabins and lodges. That's going to be our primitive cabins, such as Algonquin, Paisa, and then also Duncan Lodges in there. All of our campsites are listed here. And then we have indoor conference facilities. That would be, for example, admin, the dining hall. Outdoor conference facilities, going to be like the council ring and the chapel. We have some experiences listed as well. These are going to be like climbing tower zip line. Some of these are limited. You are not permitted to rent them as of yet because we need to make sure that there's a facilitator available. You can check the dates to see if there's anybody using them, but you won't be able to rent them online without contacting us at the office. We want to make sure that we have a facilitator before you do the rental. Same thing involved for the ranges. We're going to show them to you. You can check dates to see if they're free, but you won't be able to rent without checking at the office. And then we also do have some experiences down at the waterfront, canoes, kayaks, and rowboats. Those you just want to make sure that your unit has the correct training in order to use those. And then Kivas down here at the end if you guys are planning an outdoor project and want to make sure you have shelter in case it rains. So I want to check dates for Duncan Lodge, which tends to be one of our more popular options. So when I get down here to Duncan Lodge, I can click on this and I can view all the information about Duncan Lodge. We have a bunch of great new pictures of our facilities, and this is the same for everyone. And then it's got some really good information here, okay? So it's going to tell you the per day fee. It's going to tell you we have a max cap of 40 people, and then some other information as well. And then if you want to drop this button down, you can also view some further wording. We're trying to make sure that these are as thorough as possible so that the questions will be answered directly through the facilities website. If you click View Map, it's going to take you to a link where you can view the Camp Loud Thunder map. Sorry about that, but it's going to show you where the facility is on our camp map. Right there. And I'm going to close that out. And then here below, it's going to give you all the features that the facility has. If they're checked, obviously it has them. If they're X'd, it means they do not. And then I can check my available dates. So you can see anything that is green is going to be okay for renting. And then anything that is grayed out obviously means someone else is already staying there that weekend. I'm going to just shoot over here, and I think I like the idea of May 26th through the 28th, so I'm going to go ahead and work on a trip based off of that information since it's green and I know it's available. I'm going to go back up to the top. I can go either here and do a new trip, or I can go back to my main screen and click new trip. Doesn't matter how you want to do it. And then I'm going to do, type in a trip name, troop camp out. And then I'm going to select my arrival and departure dates. So we remember seeing that this was available 5/26 to 5/28. So I'm going to go ahead and select those for the dates. Again, you're going to estimate your number of youth and number of adults that are going to participate in this. For now, I'm just going to put 10 and 3. Again, this is a sample trip. You guys will know your own information. And then I'm going to click copy from profile for the contact information. Again, this is a dummy account, so you'd want to make sure that your account information pops up here. If it is incorrect, go ahead and edit it. These need to be the people that are actually coming on the trip. We want to make sure that if we call someone, we're going to be able to get a hold of them, so make sure it's correct. And then here for the phone number, we do want to make sure that this is a cell phone as opposed to a landline. If you are on your way to camp and we don't know where you are, or you're running late, we want to be able to actually get a hold of somebody. Then down here in the additional info, we are going to ask you to put in your arrival time and your departure time. So we're going to put Friday, Friday estimated time of arrival is, I'm making this up again, 6 o'clock p.m. Sunday departure is 10 a.m. This is just going to help our camp master know when you're planning on showing up and when you're planning on leaving, so that they can do a walkthrough with you before you leave at the end of your stay. Then I'm going to go ahead and click continue. And at this point, I can add a reservation. It's created a checklist for me here, so I know my trip is created, and now I'm ready to move on to the next step. If I wanted to go back and manage that trip, say add some other information to the additional contact information, I can go do that, and then click Save Changes, and it'll add that to it. I'm going to go ahead and click Add Reservation, and then I'm going to run back up to this tab across the top, the slider tab, and I'm going to look for Duncan Lodge. You can see all these dates are green, so I know this one is good to go. If it was grayed out, that would mean it was not available. And then you can see we've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and we're going to run that for the whole weekend. It's going to provide an area to change my youth and adults. This isn't really going to matter here with a cabin or a lodge. You're going to just leave that maxed out, and it's going to give me my total price. I'm going to click Next, and then it's going to give me a rundown of what's going on here, dates, how many youth, how many adults, and what we've added to, what we want to add to our cart. Once I hit Complete, it's going to actually add that to the cart, and then I could check out from there. It's going to give you a rundown of all of the items in this particular trip down here at the bottom. Now, at this point, I could also add another reservation to this trip. So if I click Add Reservation, and then I'm going to scroll over here to, for example, Experiences on the waterfront, we want to rent some canoes. So I'm going to click on the canoes, and I'm going to scroll down. Now you can see that the canoes here, it says the per person fee listed below is considered a per canoe fee. So if you have 10 people and only want to rent 5, obviously, then you can change that and it will adjust the fees accordingly. So I'm going to scroll down here. You can see that we have multiple dates, because we're going to actually be there the 26th through the 28th. So I'm going to change my date so it's just on Saturday. We're only going to rent canoes on Saturday. And then I'm going to drop this down to 5 so that I'm renting 5 canoes and no adults, because they can share. Then I'm going to hit Next, and it's going to add that $35 onto my total bill. So now I have $250 for Duncan Lodge, and then I have $35 for my canoe rental. If I hit Complete, it will add it onto my cart. And then you can see below I have these together. Then I decide, well, we probably need to add a Kiva as well. If I add a reservation, I can slide over here, hit the Kiva, and we want to rent the Kiva for a Friday night. So we're going to work on some projects outside, and we want to make sure we have shelter from the rain. I'm going to scroll down here. I'm going to change this to just the 26th, so it'll do me a single day rental at the Kiva for $20. If it was both days, then you'd be doubled up at $40. And then I'm going to hit Next. It's added that on there, and hit Complete. So at this point, it shows that we have Duncan Lodge, the canoes on Saturday, and then the Kiva on Friday. So at this point, let's say we change our mind, you can remove items from here. So you're going to click the item you want to remove, scroll down, click Manage, and then hit Cancel Reservation. Confirm and delete will remove that from that list, and then we're just back to the canoes and Duncan Lodge for the weekend. So at this point, we could check out. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. It's got our information for billing. At this point, When you check out, credit cards will charge you a 3% processing fee. If you want to avoid that, you can click this drop down menu and swap it over to an e-check. You need to make sure you're checked out in order to secure your reservations. If you don't check out, someone else can come in and take that specific date and time from you. So that being said, you still have the option of coming into the council office and paying, but you would need to make sure that you keep that in mind. If you load all your stuff into Tentaroo and then show up at the office and things aren't available anymore, that's because you weren't checked out ahead of time. So just keep that in mind. We want to make sure that you're not missing your reservation because you did not check out and pay. So once I enter my information here, I click place order. Then you will receive an email directly from Tentaroo showing you all of the specific information about your trip, and then it'll also provide some information on how to get to Camp Loud Thunder, a camp map, along with some other information, and then there's also some information in there about our facilities cleaning. So if you don't do a walkthrough with your camp master, you're going to want to make sure you do that, and they find that there are issues with the property after you've left, you will be billed through your Tentaroo account, and you will also be locked out from future facilities reservations. This is replacing the old security deposit situation that we were using, and we're hoping that you guys take as good a care of Camp Loud Thunder as we do, because we love our camp so much. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and finish up, and if you guys have questions, by all means, reach out to the Council Service Center, 563-388-7233, or at reservations@loudthunder.org, and we'd be happy to help you with any questions you might have regarding this change. We do hope to unroll it very soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.